I've been hearing articles or hearing, this news about women getting punched in the face in New York City.
The stories are harrowing.
I was literally just walking, and a man came up and punched me in the face. Oh my God, it hurts so bad.
College student Michaela Donato says she was just leaving class in Manhattan.
So I just got punched in the face walking home.
He hit me right on my cheekbone. This doesn't hurt as bad as the concussion does.
She says she didn't see it coming.
You've got some visible signs. You have the black eye, but Michaela, emotionally, how are you feeling?
No, it's been really, really hard. I think it hits me in waves. A lot of crying because it was really, really scary.
The NYPD confirms it is looking into at least 4 similar cases, like the one shared on social media. In one of them, police say a 40-year-old man has been arrested and charged with assault.
I was punched in the head in New York City, in Times Square.
But the police have not linked the cases to the videos. In recent days, dozens of accounts of alleged assault have popped up online. NBC News has not been able to verify all the videos. The troubling stories surfacing at the same time there has been a rash of violent crimes on the city's busy subways. In response, the National Guard has been brought in to search bags, and 1,000 additional NYPD officers are now riding the trains, too. But the mayor pushing back on the idea that crime is rampant in this city and expressing concerns that social media is stoking fears.
I know a city out of control because I visit some of them in this country. This is not one of them.
77% of Americans believe crime is on the rise, according to a Gallup poll. Misdemeanor assault is up 10% from this time last year in New York City. But in most places, the FBI says violent crime is down.
First of all, if you live in New York City, you need to vacate the premises as soon as possible. Like, New York City is going to turn into Gotham City real soon. If it isn't already that already, man. New York is a different world. And I can only imagine, I know some people that live in New York City right now, man, and like, I'm not trying to impose fear upon you, but you got tunnels underground, you got migrants coming into the city. New York is now a sanctuary state. You got random women getting punched in the face for no reason. It just is the ingredients of catastrophe. On top of the fact, man, like I said, New York is very congested, man. And the world that we're living in right now, if calamity strikes, if shit was to hit the fan, New York City is the last place I would want to be. What? Literally a concrete jungle, bro. If some shit was to pop off in New York right now, chances of survival are limited. It's too congested. It's too subway stations. I'm seeing they increase in police presence. Calling in the task force, or what are the cases of subways, because subways ain't safe. Didn't somebody get shot in the subway the other day for an altercation? It's not where you want to be. You want to be somewhere with some space to make a move. You got to make a move. I don't like that the primary means of transportation is the train. Bruh, I lived in New York, bro. I lived in New York for a year and a half when I was 23 years old. This was over a decade ago. And that was an adventure in itself. Like, that was an adventure, young. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love New York City because it made me a man, yo. Like, New York, if I gotta admit, New York will teach you how to hustle. Like, there's no way you live in New York and not have an ounce of ambition in you. Like, New York will make you want to accomplish something, bro. New York is filled with hustlers, so I do give it that. New York, like, but it's like I've completed that chapter already, bro. Like, I've learned that skill set already, so I have no business there, bro. You're not catching me living. I'll visit, but like, living in New York City, living in LA, I'd rather live in LA than live in New York. And I should say California, and like the outskirts, away from people. Like, New York is just not where you want to be at, bro. In the world that's coming, with the things that, people are speculating are coming, civil war and racial wars and politics and voting and presidential candidacies this year, like, New York is the last place. Just ask yourself this, like, because we're all going to get it. I feel like nowhere is necessarily safe, to be completely honest. Like, everywhere is going to be a little bit, every area, every place on the map, every location on the map of the United States is going to come with its own challenges. But do you want to give yourself that much of a disadvantage by living in New York City? Just imagine, like, rioting in calamity, civil war in New York City. Imagine that's the map you have to maneuver your way out of. What? Hell no, bruh. Imagine it's like for survival. All right, make your way out of New York City. Surrounded by water, bridges. What is it? You got the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever bridge that gets you in and out of the city, one way in, one way out. Bruh. If I'm looking to move right now, New York is not a thought in my mind as a place that I would go. It's not even a thought. It's not even a thought. Like, I wouldn't even consider it. Like, all right, bet. The closest I moved to New York is New Jersey, and that's even pushing it. And even that's pushing it. The closest you'll see me living to New York City is New Jersey, if that. New York is a different world, bro. And even back to this punching of women getting punched in the face, bro. Like, what is that about? We're all being held accountable because it's men. Minority men, what are the cases? You got the migrant situation that's happening, what are the cases? You got, shortage of police, whatever the case is. People don't feel safe walking through the streets. Women are getting randomly punched in the face for just existing. Now, mind you, the one lady that we were talking about, she said she admits that her phone was down. What are you doing? Bro, when I'm out and about, I am diligent. That's why I really wasn't trying to get too much into vlogging, as I mentioned before as well, too, because you got to be mindful of the camera, this, that, woo. When I'm out these days, I am diligent. My head is on a swivel. I'm aware. My eyes are moving. My head is turning. I'm aware of my surroundings. Imagine walking through the streets of New York, on your phone with your head down. In these times? No siree. No siree, man. So I sympathize with the women that are randomly getting punched walking down the street. There's a bunch of people. If I have some other clips, I'll throw it in there as well, too. There's an epidemic of women on TikTok saying that they've been getting punched in the face, or they've been punched in the face for years now. Like, but it's picking up now. Like, since back, and maybe as far back, like 2019, 2020. Random women are getting punched in the face, punched in the back of their head for no reason. What's happening with this world? What are we doing? And yeah, it is mental illness. It's like New York seems like a cesspool for mental illness and disaster. Again, I know some people that live in New York, man, and I'm not trying to instill fear in you, man, but I would move to the burbs, bro. Space it out. Space it out a little bit, man. Like, again, like, if shit was to hit the fan, do you want to overcome the struggles of New York City? It's like a video game, like, all right, bet. Escape the city, survive now, but in New York City. What? I would want to live in isolation, like, at least in the suburbs somewhere where it's just like, all right, I can hop in my car real quick, drive to another state. Or I could have some acres between me with some land, some, what are the cases? New York is just like the streets of New York. Come on, man. You've seen Batman. It's Gotham City out there right now. Why would you want to live there and have the train be your number one means of transportation? Traffic, migrants, all these types of people coming in, bro. The mentally unstable. It's just like, I feel like you're working at a disadvantage by living in New York City. That's just my take, man. Women, protect yourselves, man. If you're out there, I know the gun laws are pretty strict out there in New York City, but protect yourself. Don't be walking. If you can walk with somebody, walk with somebody. Get some men. You see what I be saying? And this kind of ties back to another video. You see where I say, oh, women, oh, we don't need men. We don't need men. I don't need a man. All right. I don't need a man. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man. All right. Get you a man that can walk down the street with you at least. Don't be out here. It's going to be hard as a woman to navigate this new world, bro, by yourself. I said that before. I'm going to keep saying it. It's going to be hard as a woman to navigate this new world by yourself. You understand that, right? All right. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man. Now, granted, it's men that are punching y'all in the face, which I don't condone at all. I think that's whack. But these dudes are not unstable. Nothing would tell me, I don't care how mad I am at the world, how angry I am, nothing would tell me, hey, let me go sucker punch a woman in the street. What? We're supposed to be protecting women, bro. These are our mothers, our sisters, our nieces, our daughters, bro. We're supposed to be protecting women, and they're randomly, we're punching them in the face? For what? Dudes are not well. People are not well. Ladies, man, be diligent. Gone are the days where you can just be strolling down the street. La, 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 la. What? These phones, bro, these phones. Pay attention to your surroundings. When you're out, you're out. You're not on the phone. Pull out your phone when you're safely secured. You've reached your destination. Be diligent when you're out in these streets moving forward, bruh. What do you mean you're on your phone walking down the street? What do you mean? Oh, my head was down. Your head needs to be up, paying attention to your surroundings. On the train, walking down the street, at work, wherever you're at, man. It is no time to be your head was down looking at your phone. In New York City, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Ladies, man, I'm sad to see it. I'm really sad to hear this. This is what's happening. Be diligent, man. Walk in groups. Get you a strong man, or just a man in general that can at least, protect you. Let that serve as a barrier between you and any attacker, whatever the case is. Be diligent, man. And, man, we got to do better, bro. What's wrong, bro? Man, we got to hold other men accountable, bro, and get some mental help. If you know your brain is not functioning properly, if your emotions are not functioning properly, man, get help, bro, if you can, bro. Tell somebody, man. Reach out, bro. This world is dark, yo. It's only going to get worse. I'm sorry. Sorry if I don't share a level of optimism. It's only going to get worse out here, man. Be diligent when you're walking through these streets. Be diligent when you're out in public. It's not a game out here, bro. It's not.